Hi, it's Trudy from Talent Code HR. As we come into the start of FY26, it's absolutely critical that you can get your teams aligned with your organisational goals and your priorities and make sure that they're really clear on what it means for their priorities. Here's 3 tips for you around things that are absolutely critical to consider during this period. The first is it's important that you can get as much buy-in as possible from across the organisation around your organisational priorities and goals. If you haven't already done your strategic planning workshop for the year, a really good suggestion for your consideration is to put a short survey out to managers or even some of your key stakeholders across the organisation to get their insights around the future direction of your organisation. Some of the things that will help set you up to be competitive in the future and some of the risks that they may be seeing. This is incredibly valuable information that will not only make your strategic planning sessions richer in content, but it will ensure that you've got buy-in and engagement from your team. The second key tip is to make sure that once you do establish your organisational goals and strategic priorities, make sure that you establish common goals amongst your leadership team. One of the errors I typically see is that leaders, once they've got their organisational strategy, will ask each functional leader to go away and create their own sub-strategies and come back and report on how their area will contribute to the organisational strategy. In theory, this seems fine. However, the unintended negative behaviour or consequence that comes out of this is that you've just created silos. Inevitably, even though one particular area may know what they need to do, there will be interdependencies with other areas. So unless we can elevate the conversation to identify what are our team priorities and what are we collectively going to be accountable for, you risk creating silos within your organisation. The third and the final tip is once you have all of that established, it's critical that right down into the heart of your organisation, every individual understands what their priorities are and where they can make the biggest difference. I like to think about these as the big rocks. And to give you a bit of a steer, most roles have no more than 5 big rocks. Once you establish these, if you can keep your team focused on those through measurement, through reward, through recognition, then you will be setting yourself up with the foundations to have a great FY26. If you would like a hand with strategy, with cascading your strategy, or cascading goals and KPIs throughout your organisation, please reach out. My team and I would love to have a chat to you.